today I'm going to be trying some fragrances from Luckyscent that I ordered. 2 of them are for my husband, but the rest are for me. I ordered 8 in total, and I want to share my thoughts and feelings on all the scents that I got. This is my first time ordering from Luckyscent, but since I've been getting into fragrances recently, I wanted to order more testers instead of just buying full-sized bottles, because that can be expensive. I did recently thrift this dish to keep all my fragrances in on my dresser. As you can see, the zoologist fragrances from the last video are in there, but I'll be talking about my Luckyscent testers today. To start off, I will speak about both of these 4160 Tuesday fragrances. I have Over the Chocolate Shop and Hammersmith Tea and Biscuits. As you can see, I have actually worn the Hammersmith Tea and Biscuits a few times since I got it. Both of these fragrances, the perfumer for them is Sarah McCartney, and I will start off with Over the Chocolate Shop. So the notes listed for Over the Chocolate Shop are cacao, coffee, hazelnut, praline and vanilla. So all of those notes sound delicious. It would be a very gourmand, chocolate focused fragrance. So this to me smells exactly like dark chocolate. It's almost bitter but still sweet and chocolatey. The Body Shop, a shop in the UK, used to have a chocolate fragrance that I really loved when I was younger, and this is sort of a more elevated and more mature version of it. To be honest, there isn't actually much to discuss with this scent because it really just is like a photorealistic dark chocolate scent to me, and I really like that. But if you don't like chocolate, then you won't like this. For me, I love this one. So Hammersmith Tea and Biscuits, the notes in this one are lemon, black tea, vanilla, French pastries, pancakes, flour, oat milk, ginger and hazelnut. I absolutely love this one. This is the sample that I received that I have used the most since getting this package, and I love it. I really want a full bottle of it. It's really soft and it really smells of black tea, which I absolutely love, even though I'm not too much of a black tea drinker. It is vanilla-y, and you really do get the sort of bakery scent of the biscuits, which probably comes from like the flour and the French patisserie note. I absolutely love this one. It's definitely one of my favorites that I received in my order, and I will be looking to purchase a full bottle size. Next, I'll talk about the 2 fragrances that my husband ordered for himself. They're both Parfums de Marley. One is Greenley and one is Layton, and I will tell you my thoughts on these. To start off with Greenley, the perfumer of this is Natalie Templar, and the notes include top notes of green apple, Calabrian, bergamot, mandarin orange, middle notes of petrograin, cedar, cashmere, chroma rose and violet, and base notes of oak moss, musk and amberwood. This one is kind of disappointing, to be honest. It's definitely citrusy and bitter from the like citrusy notes, and you don't really get any green apple note from it at all. It definitely has like a green scent to it, which obviously is its namesake, and I believe that'll probably come from like the petrograin note. It does have an ever so slightly sweetness to it, but to me it's kind of just a really basic masculine scent. The only sort of factor that I enjoy from it is the addition of the green element to it. But apart from that, it's really nothing to shout home about. It's nothing to like talk about. My husband agreed. He didn't particularly enjoy this one, but it still smells nice. It's just very basic. Layton, on the other hand, we both absolutely love and think it's a really interesting masculine fragrance. The perfumer on this one is Hamid Marriott Kashani, and the top notes are apple, lavender, bergamot, mandarin orange. The middle notes are geranium, violet and jasmine, and the base notes are vanilla, cardamom, sandalwood, pepper, guaiac wood and patchouli. This one is honestly one of my favourite more masculine leaning fragrances I've smelt in a while. It's sweet and floral and it's spicy too. It's very complex. You can sort of smell each individual element of it, but also it mixes together to really be quite sexy and just a really interesting fragrance. And I like it because to me it's giving like early 2000s nightclub, but in like the best way. I really like it, and I think this one would be great for men who maybe are a little nervous to jump into like niche, more interesting fragrances. I think this would be like a great jumping off point for them to check out. The next one I want to talk about is Ciao Bella Pistachio by Josette Parfums. This was my most blind buy, sort of random fragrance I just threw in there. I really wanted a fragrance that smelled exactly like my pistachio syrup that I like use for matcha and coffees. So I looked up a fragrance that had like almondy and pistachio notes because that's what the syrup's given to me. And I came across this one. The perfumer for this is Jimmy Burden, and it has top notes of pistachio spread, cream, macarons and vanilla, middle notes of marzipan, waffle and vanilla flour, and base notes of pistachio, ice cream and brioche. So altogether it sounds like a very gourmand, very delicious smell, and not on the skin. It is giving that. It does smell really delicious, but for some reason on me it's giving Play-Doh, and I know I've said that about a fragrance before, but this one's kind of giving Play-Doh but sweet. The Play-Doh from Zoology Squid scent I was getting was like a salty kind of Play-Doh. This one's definitely a sweet Play-Doh. So unfortunately, this one isn't very good. I think that smell probably comes from like the marzipan note, maybe overpowering the rest of them. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't like this one very much. At least I tried it. Next, I want to talk about Naked Dance by Oddity. This one is made by David Chiez and Mark Buxton. It has top notes of green tea, bergamot and orange blossom, middle notes of iris, clay, rice, lily and Turkish rose, and base notes of white musk, sandalwood, oil barnum, benzoin, guaiac wood and vetiver. So this is probably my absolute favorite one that I tried from the order. I absolutely love this. It's so soft but complex and interesting, and to me this smells like what I imagine a cloud would smell like. It's so soft and sort of creamy but not really. It's really hard to explain, but I love it. It's floral but not super overbearing like some florals, which, you know, I don't mind an overbearing floral. I love my powdery grandma sort of smells, but this one is absolutely gorgeous. I love the rice note in this. I have another rice fragrance I tried for this, but this one's definitely my favorite out of those two. I think it just dries down so wonderfully and lovely, and again, I know I use this word for a lot of fragrances I try. Again, I think this one's kind of sexy too. Like, it feels like the kind of fragrance that like you want to wear to bed, or you want to put on if you're wearing a nice sort of lingerie set. I absolutely love this perfume. This is the second one out of this order that I definitely want a full-size bottle of. The other rice fragrance that I got from this order is the Annam White Rice, and this fragrance is made by the perfumer Agno. It has top notes of rice and pandanus, middle notes of orris and jasmine, and base notes of white musk, tonka bean and cedarwood. And surprisingly, this is the only one in the order that comes in a spray tester. So at first when I tried this, it kind of like wasn't giving too much for me. I kind of was a little disappointed at first, but upon spraying it the second time and trying it, I changed my mind. I like this. It's so gentle and again very soft, even softer than Naked Dance, but this one is very gentle and sort of almost barely there, but I like that. It smells like a very sweet rice pudding, creamy and sweet the rice element is sort of like the star. I mean, it's called white rice, so it's the rice element's definitely the star of this. I think the sweet element comes from the pandanus and the tonka bean sort of working together to give it sort of like an almondy aspect to it, which I love. So yeah, this one's definitely one, and I've seen other people say this too, that if you're trying multiple fragrances at once, either do this first or do it a separate time on its own, because when you're smelling other stuff and then this isn't the first one you're smelling, it can sort of get lost. And this is probably what happened to me the first time trying it, is I kind of didn't smell very much, but on its own, given its moment to shine, it's really, really lovely. And lastly, we have one of the most interesting fragrances from what I tested. This one is Warm Blub by Clue, and the perfumer for this is Laura Oberwetter. So this one is so interesting. It has top notes of dust, steam accord, black pepper, middle notes of paper, immortelle, and tobacco, and base notes of vanilla, sandalwood, and amber. I really love this. It really, to me, people say they get like an electric sort of vibe from it. I don't necessarily, and you know me, I love my more historical feeling fragrances. This to me feels like an old book. It's just so great, and I think the old book, obviously it comes from the paper and the dust, but I also feel like the black pepper gives it a certain like spiciness, which again adds to my visions of like historical books that I love. And then once it dries down, you kind of lose those more interesting aspects, like the top notes of like the dust and the steam accord and the pepper and like the paper, and what you're left with is a really mellow scent that's very wearable and still gives you the kind of same vibe of like an old book. So this for me is like really interesting. I'm not 100% sure if I would buy a full size of this, because I can't think of how much I would wear it, but maybe a travel size I would probably be interested in getting, because I really, really like this. I think it's so interesting. Alright, that was all of the fragrances that I ordered from Luckyscent. I am maybe, hopefully, gonna try and do like a Luckyscent order a month, just because I'm so into trying different fragrances at the minute. So if you like this video and you'd like to see me test more fragrance samples, let me know. I previously did a video trying zoologist perfume samples, so definitely check that out. And if you would be interested in subscribing, I do videos on fashion, media, perfume a lot recently, sometimes little casual vlogs. So yeah, subscribe, like the video, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye.